Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. Have you ever wondered what fueled the incredible spirit of the Vikings? What drove them to sail across treacherous seas, explore unknown lands, and build a legacy that still captivates us today? The answer isn't just lust for gold or glory. A huge part of it lies in their beliefs, embodied by one powerful, enigmatic figure, Odin the All-Father. Today, we're diving deep into the myths to uncover how this one-eyed god didn't just rule Asgard, but profoundly shaped the everyday reality of the Viking way of life. Let's start by painting a picture of Odin. He wasn't just a king sitting on a throne. Odin was the god of war and death, but also of wisdom, poetry, and magic. He was a relentless seeker of knowledge. Think about it. He famously hung himself from Yggdrasil, the world tree, for 9 days and nights, pierced by his own spear, just to gain the wisdom of the runes. He even sacrificed one of his eyes for a drink from the well of Mimir, a source of immense knowledge. This wasn't a god who demanded passive worship. He was an active, striving, and even suffering deity. He embodied the idea that true power comes from sacrifice and a relentless pursuit of knowledge. So how did this translate into the life of an average Viking? Let's look at the warrior culture first. The concept of Valhalla, Odin's great hall in Asgard, was a powerful motivator. Vikings believed that if they died bravely in battle, they would be chosen by Odin's Valkyries and escorted to Valhalla. There, they would feast, fight, and prepare for Ragnarok, the final battle of the gods. This belief transformed the fear of death. Dying in battle wasn't a failure. It was the ultimate honor, a ticket to an eternal afterlife of glory alongside their chief god. This worldview made Viking warriors famously fierce and seemingly fearless. They fought with a ferocity that stunned their enemies, driven by the promise of Odin's reward. But Odin's influence went far beyond the battlefield. Remember, he was also the god of wisdom and poetry. This is crucial. We often picture Vikings as just raiders, but they had a rich and complex culture. The value Odin placed on knowledge was mirrored in Viking society. They were master navigators, using the sun, stars, and complex tools like the sunstone to cross vast oceans. This required immense practical knowledge passed down through generations. They weren't just blindly sailing. They were calculating, observing, and learning just as Odin would. Their explorations were as much a quest for new lands and resources as they were a quest for knowledge about the world. And what about poetry? The skalds, or Viking poets, were highly respected figures in their communities. They were the keepers of history, the entertainers, and the shapers of reputation. They composed intricate poems praising the deeds of chieftains and warriors, ensuring their legacy would live on. This love for language and storytelling is a direct reflection of Odin, the god who could weave words into powerful spells and who was the master of poetic verse. A sharp mind and a quick tongue were just as valuable as a strong sword arm in Viking society. Being able to command respect through words was a sign of true leadership and Odinic quality. Odin was also a master of disguise and strategy. He often wandered the world of mortals as a cloaked, one-eyed old man, observing and testing people. This taught the Vikings a valuable lesson. Look beyond appearances and value cunning and strategy. A successful raid wasn't just about brute force. It was about planning, surprise, and exploiting an opponent's weakness. A successful chieftain wasn't just the strongest fighter. They were the cleverest strategists, the one who could outthink their rivals in both politics and war. This emphasis on intelligence and trickery is pure Odin. He showed that the mind was the ultimate weapon. Furthermore, the very social structure of Viking society echoed the hierarchy of their gods. Just as Odin was the chief of the Aesir, Viking communities were led by chieftains or jarls. These leaders were expected to embody Odinic virtues. They had to be brave warriors, wise rulers, and generous patrons. A good chieftain would reward his followers with treasures from raids, ensuring their loyalty, much like Odin rewarded his chosen warriors in Valhalla. This relationship between a leader and his followers was a sacred bond, built on mutual respect and the pursuit of shared glory and prosperity. The chieftain was the mortal reflection of the All-Father, responsible for the well-being and honor of his people. So, when we look at the Viking Age, we see Odin's shadow everywhere. We see it in the warrior's eyes as he charges into battle, dreaming of Valhalla. We see it in the navigator's chart, a testament to a thirst for knowledge. We see it in the skald's poem, weaving a legacy with words. And we see it in the chieftain's hall, where strategy and leadership are forged. The myth of Odin wasn't just a story they told around the fire. It was a blueprint for how to live. It was a guide for how to be brave, how to be wise, and how to build a legacy that would echo through eternity. He defined what it meant to be a Viking, to be a seeker, a fighter, a poet, and a leader, all at once. The Vikings may have vanished, but the spirit of Odin, that relentless drive for more knowledge, more glory, more life, is a powerful idea that continues to fascinate us. He wasn't a comfortable god. He was a challenging one, and in accepting that challenge, the Vikings created a culture that would never be forgotten. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the heart of Viking belief. If you enjoyed this exploration, please give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure into the past. Let me know in the comments which aspect of Odin's influence you find most fascinating. Until next time, stay curious.
Last week, you faced Odin's riddles. Today, the runes speak. Let's reveal the truth. Here are the correct answers to your Odin-themed quiz number 1. 1. What are Odin's 2 raven companions called? B. Hugin and Munin. They represent thought and memory, flying across the realms to bring Odin news. 2. Which sacred tree did Odin meditate upon to gain wisdom? A. Yggdrasil, the cosmic ash tree that connects all 9 realms. Odin hung from it in his quest for knowledge. 3. In modern fiction, which author portrayed Odin as a mysterious god living among mortals? B. Neil Gaiman. In American Gods, Gaiman reimagines Odin as Mr. Wednesday, a charismatic and enigmatic figure. 4. What domain is Odin not traditionally associated with? D. Agriculture. Odin governs wisdom, magic, poetry, and death, but agriculture falls under other deities like Freyr. 5. Which animal is not commonly linked to Odin in Norse mythology? C. Serpent. Odin is closely tied to ravens, wolves, and his 8-legged horse, Sleipnir. But serpents are more aligned with Loki and Jormungandr. If you scored 5 out of 5, the All-Father smiles upon you, but the journey doesn't end here.